first question on the stage. So I believe the format is that I need to pass the mic. All right. I can take this one. Somewhere in the front first. Oh. I think you will have to at least make some effort in asking the question. You have to come to the stage and to the side of the stage, please, and ask the question. This way, at least we get to see you, and at the same time, you'll have more time to think about the question you're going to ask.
What are the various technologies available in the big data space?
So while we are waiting for this question, the format to be set up, the question is around various technologies. In the big data space, I would say that there is no shortage of technologies. There are so many technologies out there. Everyone is saying that they can solve the big data problems. And the way I put it is that it's not about technology. It's about what problem you're trying to solve. That's the focus that should be. When we introduced Hadoop or Apache Hadoop or GPHD as we call it internally at EMC, the first question which our sales team was asking was, how do we sell this thing? And the answer we told them was that do not lead with technology, because if you go to the customer and say, we have a Hadoop technology available for you, the customer will say, you know what, I don't know what that is. Can you please sit down and explain it to me? What we are looking for is problems which customers are wanting to solve, because everyone is interested in learning about big data technologies. We are focused on finding customers who are interested in solving business problems. Anyways, that aside, we have a line.
Is the format to introduce or to go on to straight to the question?
Because just go straight to the question.
The question is actually, you just asked it again in the closing comments as well as in what you just said. And I'm asking all three of you, and nothing against you, Raghu, but I think they have a context to the question which I'm talking, is how clued in are your customers in the context of understanding business problem correlation to big data? Because this is a big data problem is what I would typically, Sunil, think that they come to a technology company for, or a customer coming in with here is a lot of data which I don't know how this correlates, but this is what I think the trend is going to, and this is a big data issue. So how are they seeing that correlation in your experience of business problem, big data, and how are they clued in into that?
Perfect. So I'll go last, so I'll let Manish answer that first.
So I think one of the problems which happens is, we come from the technology space and we get far too carried with the jargons and names and others. I was actually having a conversation yesterday with somebody who doesn't come from the IT space, and I explained him this about something about big data, and they said, but that's what the oil companies for last 20, 30 years have been doing without really, talking about it. And I said, explain me how. And so if you look at a Shell or somebody else, they've got scientists who've been, capturing all. So think about geopolitical data, pricing data, any movements which happens in any country, and combine everything which you have to predict the price of oil. And that's been happening. The weather forecasting has been going on for years and years. It's not. Of course, they're getting better as we go. So again, the thing is, there are organizations and enterprises who've been doing it. I think with what's happened with the introduction of social, mobile,
local.
Yeah, social, mobile, local, and things keep changing. So with this, things have become far more complicated than what they were before. So I think to your point, I think if you know the business problem, it doesn't matter whether you solve it through big data or analytics or whatever the tools you may have. Of course, the technology is helping now with unstructured data coming in much more than what they were before.
Yeah, I think we'll leave one response per question because we have a good set of questions. All right, next question.
So my question was more revolving around when you're trying to either sell or somebody is coming to you to buy the data or buy the analytics for big data. Now, I understand it is always customized. It has to be customized for it to work, like any problem. How much of access do you guys get when you encounter a customer? How far are they trying to go into the kind of data that they have and that they don't have? And I think to Manish, how much data are you willing to provide for anybody to give an assessment of if they can help or not?
Okay, so since it was directed to you,
so I would say it ranges. So if I put my sales hat or if I put my business hat on it, we realize different enterprises are at different levels of maturity in terms of their IT readiness or their business readiness. Some organizations where we are talking to the CMOs and we are talking about growth versus expense. So don't look at IT and buying these things as an expense on IT, but really think about your marketing spend, where we need to help you understand your customer better. And the obvious question which you will get is how. And I think that's where you have to handhold and kind of walk through the entire value chain and then prove the results. There are others who actually, but these are informed customers. These are informed people. There are others who are uninformed. So the discussion takes much longer. But I think if as an organization, as a provider, if you understand and you believe in and you have significant predictable case studies across different spectrum, then we've generally seen, I haven't seen any time I've gone and said, hey, give me 3 minutes and I can help you to grow your business by 5%, reduce your churn management, ability to retain your customer at the lowest price and do cross-sell, upsell, and to tell you which customers you potentially are going to use, and 5 minutes. I've generally said, okay, tell me more about it. But anytime I've gone, it's like, I've got this hardware and I want to actually sell to make something. They said, talk to my IT guy.
All right. Couple more questions, and keep in mind the best question winner is still on.
Next question, okay. My name is Sanjeev. I come from healthcare industry. My question is that while all these technologies and applications which are generally new, quickly see applications are in sectors like retail, banking, pharma. Are you seeing any early applications of this technology in healthcare, and have you started seeing some quick results as well, which you would not have seen otherwise but for the usage of this application? Raghu.
I think healthcare is one of those fields. I mean, just domain-wise, there's healthcare, retail, finance, just the information world, whether you want to call it social or other places. What I've seen less so in India, but a lot more in the US, there's this notion of a quantified cell. And there's lots of things happening there that the insurance companies, others are looking to it. It's not an immediate thing, but it's like a futuristic project where they're trying to combine DNA data of a person with a monitoring device that you ought to have. A lot of people have, I forget what it's called, this little thing that's collecting data constantly. And combining that, they want to get into predictive mode. It's also being used in the drug discovery area. Taking all clinical studies and saying, what can I do? Because the expense of having a drug fail at the last stage is so significant, they want to try and do predictive analytics on it. It's also in the healthcare providers, the doctors. They're looking at reams of clinical data that they have in some form or the other, trying to put it together. For example, one that I know specifically is in the congenital heart area. They've got this database that they've established around the country, and they're looking at different treatments and outcomes. And then they're trying to add new knowledge to it and say, how can it be different? The part about big data is not necessarily just to look at it from the enterprise. In the healthcare arena, because there's so much, sort of non-enterprise data, individual data privacy issues, the government has to get involved. And with their involvement, it's slowly beginning. Will it happen today? I don't know. It'll happen sometime soon. The key is, when is the inflection point going to happen? But there's certainly a lot happening in the healthcare field. It is one of the verticals, if you will, that big data will play a big role. And from studies that I've seen, I think McKinsey did some stuff, that just by applying big data in a fairly basic form, they think they can save $600 billion a year in healthcare costs in the country. And that can go up to trillions. So there is a lot of activity, very specifically not a solution yet that is sold as a big data solution, but various activities in healthcare companies, insurance companies to try and utilize it.
So very, very
Is there a repository where one could go to and get some of these stories? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know of any repository, to be honest. But there is a good McKinsey study, if you can get your hands on it, it will give you a lot of information.
I should substantiate what Raghu said. Actually, one of the clients we have is actually a pharmaceutical research company. That's 70 petabytes of data that we deal with them. So actually, they are using that. The other one, again, is a clinical doctors in terms of finding out symptoms and treatment options, working across in a particular region, that's another solution we have. So they are using it.
So
Thank you.
All right, thanks. So I will add one more color to the same discussion. And the thing is that if you look at the trends of where big data analytics comes into the mix, it's all about mass personalization. You start with internet where you're talking about personalized recommendations to many more things. So what we are doing is that if you look at the healthcare space, mass personalization has not come in. And big data is the promise that is going to bring it in, or the technology that's going to help make that happen as and when technology advances in the medical field. Anyways, next question, please.
Hi. I think my question was probably more relevant to Raghu, but
He had
just
to
walked
take-
away.
yeah.
See, we are a startup, and my question to him was, what's the easier pitch for getting investment in big data for a startup? Is it enterprise focused or consumer focused? Because startups typically, as an enterprise, we kind of need to have access to the enterprise data, and usually people are not kind of very open to that. Rather, if I would just say, hey, I have a big data solution for Facebook, which will tell how many good friends I make and how many bad friends I'll have, that's an easier pitch to kind of get investment, right?
Very good question. So I'll answer it with my, let's say, investment hat on. Being an all-rounder, I'm supposed to do that. So take a look at it from a perspective that 80% or 70% of the businesses are actually enterprises. And then you have very few startups and very few other things. So you have to keep that in mind and say, if you're talking about making sure your product is sold, you're focusing on the 80% and not the 20%. So you're talking about, at the end of the day, your solution has to benefit an enterprise and not one but many. And that's how you scale, and as a result, that's how you get funding. Because if you're building a solution for an end customer, they're not the ones who are paying you the money, it's the enterprises who are paying you the money.
Yeah, I get it. I think the problem with big data has always been this predictive analytics of power rule 80 to 20 is already done by a lot of tools.
Correct.
I think the long tail is where the big data actually kind of kicks in.
Yeah.
And in India, especially, the consumer space is still kicking. I mean, whether it's the Flipkart getting massive amounts of data and then they end up opening up those enterprise APIs. Startups like us don't have access to all of that, right?
Yes.
So if I tell them that if I have a consumer, social networking, predictive analytics, big data engine, would that be an easier approach for investment? I mean, that's essentially what I'm asking.
So the key is that you're looking for access to data in order to get to the business problem.
So I think the other way to think about is, think about if there's a disease and you want to have a cure. That's the, if there is a gap, if there's a disease and you actually have a medicine to solve it, if you can kind of map yourself on that, then decide whether...
From a business, from a functional perspective. That's,
I'm saying for investor, they invest if there's a cure for a disease.
Okay, next question.
I'm Gaurav. I've come from that data warehouse business intelligence background. Big data is quite new to me. So just want to clarify, we drive same, right? Good analytics, driving business results from BI and data warehouse tools. So is big data only about we have big data set for querying, or is there something else which I'm missing?
So think of it this way. Big data is a misnomer. At a very high level, big data is about unifying all your data. When I say unify, meaning you're not only bringing your data for one application, but all your applications and all the things which are relevant to your business is all in one single platform ready for query.
So was that not the same objective in the past as well?
In the past, if you look at the way enterprises have adopted big, let's say, data warehouses, you have BU-specific warehouses. Very few enterprises will have an enterprise-wide warehouse. And then you're talking about adding structured and unstructured put together. That's basically what you're looking for when you're looking for a big data analytics platform. So if you're looking from a technology side, you want a platform which is capable of dealing with structured, unstructured data, as well as your enterprise workload versus things which are coming in from outside. So that's the reason why it is different, and yet at the same time it is similar to what was done earlier. It is just that the scale at which you're doing it is increasing. Earlier you would have a similar thing on a smaller scale for smaller BUs or smaller partitions. Now you're putting all of that together in a single platform which is scalable and shareable.
That answers.
Okay.
Hi. What are the new trends in IT infrastructure while solving the big data problems?
So that's a very good question. What are the big trends? I would say proprietary hardware is not, I would say you start with the legacy systems which had proprietary hardware and software solutions. to the point where now folks are moving towards commodity hardware and you have value add coming in from a software perspective. And the second thing which people are doing is focusing on latency. You're saying that some things can do things in an hour, we do it in half an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. So that's basically the trend which I've seen, at least from a technology perspective. Sunil, would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, especially in technology infrastructure, a lot of things are around more in the DevOps space in terms of, where the development and the ops used to be largely different. Now that is merging because of self-service nature of, how the computing infrastructure is being rolled out, be it cloud computing and all of that stuff. And hence, ability to understand how the infrastructure is performing and, how the applications are performing and everything around that is what I think we see in the IT infrastructure space, where big data technologies are readily being applied.
All right. Thanks everyone for coming. We have information about the phone numbers you need to dial. If you like, great. If no, then I don't want to hear from you guys. And we do have a prize for the question. The first question that was asked is going to get the winning prize. Yes, there you go. It's all right, so.